Singing Dutchman Productions. Hello and welcome to Doug's Front Porch, a podcast where I get to sit down with friends old and new and have honest conversations. Last year, I did an episode, actually the last couple of years, I've been doing an episode at the end of the school year where I've been asking seniors of mine, since most of you are aware I teach high school, to kind of reflect on their high school career as they're getting ready to graduate and to move on. And this year was no different. I sat down and made a list of the seniors whose voices I really appreciate and knew would have insightful commentary looking back on the last 4 years of their lives. And luckily, the seniors that I asked all agreed to do this. So these are the questions that I posed to my seniors this year. I said to them, please comment on these questions. 1, what did you do in high school? Meaning, what were you involved in? Were you a music kid? Were you a sport kid? Things like that. I then asked, what are you feeling as you prepare to graduate? It's a deep question, Put yourselves back in 18-year-old or 17-year-old, however old you were when you were on the precipice of graduating from high school. What were you feeling and thinking about? I asked them, what are they afraid of, moving forward? An honest question, I think. But I also then wanted to ask them, what are you proud of? Looking back on those 4 years, what have you done that has really made you say, I'm proud of that? I asked them, what are you going to miss about high school? And there were some good answers, as you'll hear here in a couple minutes. And then finally I said, and, to close, tell me about your future plans. As I knew that these guys would, they gave insightful, thoughtful answers to these questions. I think it made them really sit back and think for a little bit about who they are, and where they are going. So feel assured that I think the future is in good hands. We often think that the younger generations are lost or don't know what they're doing. Well, here are some voices from 6 of my students. No, I take that back. 7 of my students, and I think you'll feel differently after hearing from them about the future of our country and our society. So without further ado, I'm turning it over to some voices of the class of 2023.
Hi, I'm Madeline Jones, and I'm a senior at Central Mountain High School. Throughout high school, I've been pretty involved sports-wise and club-wise. Sports-wise, I participate in track and field and on the cross-country teams. And club-wise, I'm a little bit all over the place. I'm the treasurer of the ski club, involved in the Rotary and some of the honor societies we have here. Even at LHU, my dual enrollment college, I'm in some of the clubs there. I'm in their Dungeons and Dragons club and a very active participant in it. As I'm graduating, I'm feeling a lot of emotions. I'm feeling satisfied is one of the big ones. I put a lot of work in that I'm pretty proud of these last 4 years that is starting to pay off, and it feels good. It feels good to be done. I think, I'm ready. I think I'm ready to move on. There's going to be a lot I'm going to miss, but I think I'm getting to the point where I'm ready to move on. I'm feeling nervous too. I really don't know what I want to do with my life after this. So, from here it's going to move pretty fast, and I don't know. I feel like these are going to be the good old days, and I'm not ready to let go of them yet. So I don't really have a choice when it comes to that. Time moves, and I just run along with it. So just have to keep going. I was a little sad too. Have a lot of friends. I've made a lot of new friends this year, especially ones, on LHU's campus that I'm really going to miss. I'm really going to miss these kids. They made a huge impact in my life this year, and it's just, I think if I had to rate any of the years, my senior year would be my favorite, and it's almost over now. It's like any other school year, but I know that I'm not going to be able to just come back next year and do it all again. This is it. This is the end. I'm a little bit afraid too this year graduating. I think the biggest fear I have is my own impulse control. I wouldn't want to blame it fully on my parents, but my parents are a little bit strict in the sense that, I always have to ask them before I do anything, and they always have to be aware of my location. And a lot of times, I'd ask to do things. I get told no sometimes. So, especially in this last year with some of my friends, some of them have even pointed it out that I don't have a lot of great impulse control. A lot of times they ask me, like, do you think before you do something? Because I'll just run and jump off of something, and they're like, why would you do that? And it's when it comes to college, and there's really nobody but the friends that I'm going to make there. Nobody knows me up there. Nobody knows that I might need a little somebody to hold me back certain times. It's, I really wonder, with my parents not there and not having to tell my parents where I'm going, what I'm doing, how it's going to impact me, how it's going to change me. If I might get involved in something that I'm like, okay, that was not a great idea, and I won't know it wasn't a good idea till minutes later, till I've already gotten hurt. So, it'll be trial and error, I think, the first year, and I'm a little scared to see how many scars I get from it, but it's part of the process. I can have fun in it. I'm proud of a lot through these 4 years, especially I take a lot of pride in my academics. I've taken a lot of higher classes, AP, dual enrollment, honors, all 4 years, doubled up in certain subjects, and like my mathematics, I doubled up 2 years in a row. So I take a lot of pride in it. It feels good, I think, to be here, to be where I am, to have gotten through it all without failing, I suppose, which might change when I get to college, but we don't have to think that far ahead yet. My future plans as of right now are to attend university, most likely Lehigh University, for some form of engineering. I'm not totally sure what yet, but some form. And I'd want to add a bonus because I can. This is, whatever. If I were to tell my freshman self anything, if I could go back and see little Maddie back in 2019, I would probably just say something, like, you'll be okay. It all works out in the end. There will be ups, there will be downs, but everything I'm anxious over, it can just sort itself out through time. And when it comes to down to everything in the very, very end of it, you'll be okay. It works out on its own, and you'll be fine. You just keep going. You do what makes you happy, and the world works around you sometimes in ways you don't expect. It's good. I'm happy with how far I've come, I believe. But I'm ready to graduate. I am ready to get out of here.
Hello, my name is Rebecca Muthler, and I'm a senior at Central Mountain High School. I took Herr Maidenford's German classes each year of high school, and last semester also had him as a teacher for an EP class. I have always enjoyed studying German as well as music. In my senior year specifically, I was able to participate in chorus and an orchestra. I am very excited to graduate, but also am a little nervous. I have always been afraid of failure, whether in terms of grades or anything else. I think this is why I am such a motivated student. I am proud to be one of Herr Maidenford's students, and I am proud to have been a member of the German Honor Society. I think the biggest thing I will miss from high school, besides German, is interacting with my friends and teachers. I will miss performing with the chorus and orchestra too. After graduation, I will be attending Lock Haven University. I will be majoring in history education. Thanks to Herr Maidenford, I also wish to minor in German.
Hi, my name's Peter Monoski, and I am a German 4 student of Herr Maidenford's. In high school, I've done basketball for 1 year, and that was rough. That's how I would put it. My dreams of being a 5'6" NBA superstar died very quickly. I also did track for all 4 years, and honestly, that was one of the greatest decisions of my life. I've met so many cool people from doing track, a lot of friendships that I don't ever want to lose, that I value higher than almost anything. People that are so cool. I'm really going to miss a lot of things about track. I love the bus rides to away meets. I love all the messing around at track meets. I miss all the practices. I miss, being under the sweltering sun. I I really am gonna miss that oil in your gut kind of feeling you get before a race. Believe it or not, I really hate that feeling now, but I'm sure I'm really gonna miss it. I also do German Honor Society, which is something that I'm super proud of. As I prepare to graduate, I'm really feeling like a cautious sort of excitement. I'm really nervous for college. I don't know what it's like, and I've heard stories, but I don't really know. I'm kind of in the dark, and that's something that scares me because I'm someone that just needs to know stuff, and if I don't, then I freak out. And so not knowing is really scary, but at the same time, I'm also super excited because over the last couple months, I don't want to say I've been embarrassed to call myself a high school student, but it's definitely been weird. I've definitely been ready to be more independent, to enter a new chapter in my life, to be something more than what I am now. What am I afraid of? Well, on the outside, I'm really afraid of thunderstorms, and I'm really, really afraid of the dark. I can't go downstairs if it's dark. Also, I'm really afraid of bugs, especially ones that fly. Probably bees and cockroaches are my number 1 and 2 biggest fears. But on the inside, I would say I'm really, really afraid of letting people down, of not being good enough. I know I'm not going to be good enough for everybody, but I really want to be good enough for my family. I really want to be good enough for the 4 or 5 really close friends that I have. Those are the ones that I really care about. Everyone else, whatever. But as long as I'm successful and as long as I'm good enough, then that's all I need. What am I proud of? I haven't really thought about this one too much, so I'm really glad you asked this one because I really don't think about myself in this way. But I'm really proud of the personality that I have. I'm really proud of how hardworking I am. I'm someone that can't stop. I'm someone that can't settle. And so that's something that I'm super proud of because I strive to be more. I strive to be better than how I was. There's this one basketball player, his name's Tyrese Maxey, and he always says, get 1% better every day. And that's something that I try to do. Ever since I heard that, that's been such a good saying that I try and live by that, just be 1% better every day. What am I going to miss about high school? Well, I'm really going to miss the friends that I have. I dressed up as Jesus for the student section at one of the basketball games back in February. And I've met so many cool people from that. They're all people that I knew before, but that I didn't really talk to. And now that I do, and honestly, it's been great. It's been nice just talking to people every time I'm walking around in the hallways. It's just, hey, Peter, hey, how are you, And that's great. I mean, that's really cool, I like that feeling of being important, and not that I won't feel that, or not that I don't feel that anyways, but that's something that I'll miss is just walking around the hallways saying hi to all my friends and high-fiving them, I'm really going to miss the laid-back atmosphere of high school. I haven't really stressed too much about schoolwork, which I know is going to change once I go to college, and I'm not ready for that. My future plans are to attend St. Francis University. It's in this small town called Loretto in Pennsylvania. It's down near Altoona. And I plan to study nursing, and I want to be a registered nurse. I definitely want to specialize, but I don't know in what yet. I definitely want to keep all my options open. So I guess I'll figure that out down the line because I don't really know right now, but I definitely know I want to do something medical related. I know I ran a lot, so I appreciate you guys listening to me. It's been really fun. Actually, this has been a really great opportunity, and I really appreciate being able to do it. So thank you, Hair Maiden Ford, for allowing me to be one of only a few people. So it's great. Thank you.
Hello, I am Aaron Eldred, and I'm a senior from Central Mountain High School. I've only been a student of Hair Maiden Ford's for the past 2 years due to transferring from Jersey Shore. Luckily, though, I was bragged into taking German 2 for my senior year, in which I do not regret, surprisingly. I was never really the type to get involved in school activities or something a part of a larger group, but many of my friends helped me join a club, such as Art Club or National Art Honor Society. In this club, I was able to go on field trips to businesses like Calico Creek and Haven Place just to paint on their windows. We painted Charlie Brown, chickens, and some flowers for Easter. We also went to Lock Haven University for a day in which beforehand we chose a type of art-related activity to participate in. I chose ceramics, also known as pottery. The group I was in, we all individually made our own mugs and bowls. We also experienced the college food. It was 100% better than any high school food I've ever had. In all, this club was super fun and presented opportunities I never would have thought about. As for the overwhelming and rapidly approaching day of graduating, I have mixed emotions on the idea of leaving a familiar place and schedule. Many of my friends have been talking and waiting for this moment, but I can't help but think otherwise. Sure, I've been accepted into a college already, Lock Haven University for the curious listeners. But everyone I know will be moving away, working, or just dropping off the face of the earth. It's frightening, but also relieving, since this is when my life truly begins. Hopefully, college won't treat me too bad as a freshman. Many things scare me: crowds, loud noises, some bugs, and even heights. But those are the normalized fears. I think what I am really, truly, astronomically for real afraid of is making those around me uncomfortable, friends and even strangers. At 18 years old, I am most proud of is growing and expanding my horizons, maybe even the diploma and scholarships I've earned along the way. I think I'm going to miss the teachers after graduation. Not many of us students give them the credit they deserve for willingly putting up with teenagers for a living. Even if it's for the paychecks, I appreciate all the ones who've changed my life. That includes you, Harriman and Ford. Thank you. Psychology with a mix of a humble side hustle, possibly. I want to listen, learn, and pick at people's brains for a living. Pretty weird. But hey, the money speaks to me. Really though, I plan to go to college and earn my bachelor's degree in psychology, whether it includes transferring to another school for a better program. I also plan on moving out of state with a friend. Her name is Juliana, and she's a pretty great person. Other than that, I do not know what the future holds.
Hi, my name is Jack Cannon, and I'm a senior at Central Mountain High School. In high school, I participated heavily in our basketball program, having successful seasons in a couple district championships. I also participate in baseball this year, and I'm a member of Rotary, National Honor Society, and German National Honor Society. As I prepare to graduate, I'm really excited to move on to the next chapter, but I know I'm really going to miss it. I've had a wonderful high school experience. I have a lot of goals and I want to achieve in the next couple years of college, and I'm surely afraid to come up short, but I'm confident I can achieve them all. I am proud of my basketball career, making 3 times all-conference teams, first teams, 2 district championships, our area co-player of the year, and becoming our school's 3rd ever 1,000-point scorer. The biggest thing I'm going to miss about high school the most is the teachers I've grown close with and developed good relationships with, especially at Aaron Maidenford. As far as my plans after high school, I've committed to play basketball at Lock Haven University, while I plan to study business and minor in communications and pursue a career in the real estate world.
Hi to whoever's listening. My name is Kelsey Burrows, and I'm in Mr. Maidenford's German 4 class, and I've had him as a teacher every year of high school, so I think it's actually pretty cool that he asked me to do this in my last and final year. But the first question is, what did I do in high school? Softball. I play all year round, travel ball, but also varsity, and we're actually in the middle of our season right now and hoping to go to states, which is pretty cool. I'm class president, have been for all 4 years, which is probably one of my biggest accomplishments. I'm pretty proud of that. I'm in National Honor Society and German Honor Society, Delta Epsilon 5, German plug, I guess, there. But my favorite thing I've done in high school is I help with our school's adapted phys ed program that helps neurodivergent people feel more comfortable in gym class. but it's been the best experience of high school. It's so much fun. I've learned so much about myself and about helping people and learning about people who are different than me and think differently than me. And I don't know, I just love being with those kids. What am I feeling as I prepare to graduate? Definitely a lot of different emotions, just like everyone else. I think stress is running high right now. It definitely is for me, but that last month's gonna come, and I know the senioritis is really gonna kick in. And I don't know. I'm excited, a little sad, but I'm for the most part excited. What am I afraid of? I wasn't really sure what to say about this one besides like the normal stuff: snakes, spiders, death, like all the stupid stuff. But probably my number one thing I'm trying to get rid of, like, the fear of now is like people like judging me or not liking me. Just having to be like content with who I am and like what I'm doing and not worry about what other people think of me and not having to like worry about impressing anyone. What am I most proud of? I just think that I've done a lot in high school, and I think I've improved as a person, and I know I'm still young, but I've had successes here and there and accomplished a lot. And I mean, I think that I am a little hard on myself, but I don't know. I think that I just want to take what I've done in high school and kind of carry it to my college years and my adult life. And I don't know. What am I going to miss about high school? A lot of things, like, besides the obvious, like hanging out with friends, teachers, obviously Maiden Ford, but I wouldn't tell him that because his head will just get huge. But there's been a real sense of community, I think, almost. I mean, I don't know if other people have noticed it, but like at least among the seniors, I think it's really starting to set in amongst everyone that like this is the last year. And I've made a lot of connections with people this year that I maybe haven't talked to in years, but I think, like I said, it's just that like camaraderie of like this, we're not going to be here next year and we got to make the most of what we're doing right now. Future plans. Right now, I'm planning on going to Susquehanna and majoring in business, and to be more specific, probably international business, but I'll probably know better once I get there. My biggest thing is I want to travel. I'm so excited. I'm going to Spain this summer to visit my best friend. She's a foreign exchange student last year. Haven't seen her in almost a year, and I don't know, we're going to spend a couple weeks in Madrid, and I think I'm going to have a really good time, but I don't know. I'm going to miss high school, but I think I'm ready to take the next step and see what college is going to do for me. And I don't know. Thank you for listening.
Hello, everyone. I'm Christopher Corbin, and I am a senior here at Central Mountain High School. I've been asked here on Doug's Front Porch to answer some questions. The first being, what did you do in high school? My time in high school was defined by a love of music and my desire to work with others towards creating a product everyone could be proud of. To that end, when I moved to Lock Haven in the fall of 2020, I joined the school's chorus. And thanks to the prodding of Doug's Front Porch alumnus, Mr. Connor, I grew in my confidence as a performer and joined the low voice chorus in my junior year. At that point, I had also joined the National Honor Society and the even more prestigious European history class of Mr. Maidenford. In the spring of my junior year, I joined the drama club and got the opportunity to play Linus in You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown. That experience turned Mr. Connor into a mentor and friend to me, introduced me to some of my dearest friends, and gave me a new confidence and perspective. Following the musical, I joined our elite group of singers known as Cantori, and it was in the footsteps of Linus that I entered my senior year. With the confidence of the stage and the ethics I hold myself to, I became a leader in multiple important aspects of my life. I was elected the president of our drama club and chorus, as well as the National Honor Society. I joined the jazz band as a vocalist, and I'm in our musical, which is A Year with Frog and Toad, as the villainous Large and Terrible Frog. I have truly found a place for myself in this school. Which leads to the next question. What am I feeling as I prepare to graduate? I feel very sad about leaving. I just found a place for myself here, but now I have to go. I have so many good friends and teachers and mentors. My peers often say how excited they are to leave CMHS because of its many flaws. To me, though, it will always be a place fondly remembered, because the real Central Mountain High School was the friends, mentors, and experiences I had along the way. I'm excited to see what the future holds, but I will always be sentimental for this place. What, then, am I afraid of? I think mostly I fear failure. I fear I will fail to live up to the expectations I put upon myself. Fear I will make a mistake I cannot overcome. Fear I shall fail to find a place for myself when I leave. I'm afraid of abandoning my principles. What am I proud of? I was asked by my friend Rebecca Muthler to go with her to the school board and ask for changes to our school to counteract the violence found within its halls. I am proud to have stuck by what I believed in and delivered what I was told later were excellent speeches at both a school board meeting and their subsequent public safety meeting. Both speeches have helped to sway public opinion towards positive change. What am I going to miss about high school? Definitely my people. I have friends here I can count on when I need it the most. I have teachers who provide wisdom and encouragement. In that way, I'm incredibly blessed to have been able to experience it all. What are my future plans? Well, I intend to go to Grove City as an undeclared liberal arts major and further my education in music, history, and philosophy. After that, I shall go where I find happiness, pursuing my goals while always remembering my motto, which is, it is better to be good than to be great. What I mean by that is this: whatever I do, I will do my utmost to be great at it, but not at the expense of my morals. Thank you for having me on Doug's Front Porch, and thank you, Mr. Maidenford, for always being there as a friend, a mentor, and a guide. You truly helped me through one of my darkest hours.
Well, dear friends, as you just heard, I think our country and our society is in good hands as these capable, fine young men and women are about to move on to the next major stage in their life. I have been blessed to have been able to work with some of these kids, young adults, for the last 4 years. Some I've only gotten the chance to know within the last 2. I know that I've been a part of their lives, but I want them to know that they have been an important part of my life too in the last 4 years. And it's always sad to see my seniors go, but it's always sad, yes, but also rewarding, knowing that my investment is now done and it's time to see the return on that investment as they move forward in their careers, no matter what path they end up traveling in life. I wish all of them the best, and I want to take the time to personally thank Maddie and Rebecca, Pete, Aaron, Jack, Kelsey, and Chris. You are great people. You are kind, intelligent, caring, empathetic, hardworking, conscientious. The list goes on of the attributes that you all have, and it has been my absolute pleasure to have been able to share the last couple of years with you, and I look forward to a future that is bright for all of you. And please, my dear students, my dear kids, because you all will always be my kids, keep in touch, and don't forget about good old Herr Maidenford. But you will all do well. You will all do well. And to my listeners out there in podcast land, thank you so much for your continued support, and take assurance that the future of our country is bright, regardless of what you might think of the current teenagers and society and all those things. When you hear voices like you just heard, you can rest easy knowing that we are moving in a good direction. Thank you for listening to Doug's Front Porch, a conversational podcast with your host, Doug Maidenford. If you enjoyed this episode, I'd love for you to subscribe, rate, and give a review on iTunes, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts from. 5 stars only, please. Follow along on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Just look for Doug's Front Porch. Also, please feel free to tell all of your friends about the show, and I'll see you all next time on My Front Porch.